Rather the Tigers against this breeze. Probably 5 or 6 goal one.
And a cold 5 or 6 goal breeze, although the sun's out, but it's bitterly cold at Windy Hill, and the Tigers have it on their forward line. Ooh. It was Wilson, number 5 for the Tigers. A little bit of a small pack develops, but it's only a few metres from the Richmond goal, and they've done well to get the ball out of the centre and keeping it low on this very, very, very small and windy ground. That's Madden. Hamilton was a man for Essendon, shot the ball over the line, and a throw in.
Hear that breeze? Windy Hill living up to its name. Left forward pocket for the Tigers. Madden is 27, Hogg is 34. Madden wins it. Thompson and Hawker getting one another's way. Knock on. Oh, that's good football. Considine getting it forwards with the knock, and a good mark. Floating back with the breeze, taken there by Manton. Cocked one high. Goes across ground. McKellar making position out on the wing. He's got 5 or 6 metres. Oh, ducked beautifully. Great work to avoid the Johnston tackle, and the pass finds Egan. Egan, centre wing. Essendon favoured here. Walsh should be called back on it. Madden spoiled him, but Thompson's there. Danaher tries to knock on. Rioli overrunning it, so does Manton. Keane, free kick in the middle for the Bombers.
One of the younger boys that Kevin Sheedy is quite fond of, thinks he has potential, and he's played quite well. Salmon's at the forward line. Salmon had it, lost it, gets a grab around the neck. Will take the free kick, and some foolish play there by the Tigers. Frustration, of course, to try and stop the giant. And Salmon's not very pleased. He'll pick up an enormously long 15-metre advantage here, which brings, there it is again, as you can see. It was Simon Clark's the infringer, and Salmon shouldn't have any trouble at all, because he'll, instead of kicking from 60 metres, he'll be kicking from about 30. That's the measure of the penalty.
Yeah, Simon Clark was lined up at fullback. He was selected in the ruck, but playing fullback on Salmon with Roach playing in the ruck.
Funny kick from Salmon, and he's missed it, and it really swung to the left. It's behind, and the Bombers lead by that kick.
Very vital early in this game. They're probably playing with the advantage of a 5-goal win, and they have to capitalise on all those chances early.
Ball's gone out of bounds on the full from Manton, who was put down on kicking, says the umpire, so no free kick. They play on quickly. It's a goal. No, the ball's got to come back. Izard having the shot, but obviously the umpire had not blown time off, so the ball will go back to Alan Izard. He's inside 50 metres, and the breeze bringing the ball back in towards goal. He keeps it low, spilt by Salmon, and it's cleaned up by Clark. Finds McKellar midway between half-back and wing. Jess leading in the race, keeps it in play only for Francis though. Free kick has been paid, holding the ball, and we might see that more and more from now on. Against Hamilton, free kick for Wilson.
Yes, a good decision, because the Essendon player was waiting on getting caught.
Yes, and see what happens, as John Nichols mentioned, later in the day. Here's Rioli in all sorts of bother. The ball back in Richmond's scoring area, and the Bombers, with their one kick from Salmon, could only manage a behind. The Tigers are doing well. About 5 minutes of play this first term, and it's about at half forward for the Tigers. Roach opening up on the ruck and doing it well, and there's a good strong tackle put on by Clark. And a red hot one on the flea, is it? And Clark's picked up.
Rules come in a week early, I think. Up to the wing, Izard trapped it with the boot. Oh, good tackle on him. Should be penalised. He is. Play on, advantage call. Wilson gives it straight to Danaher though. Comes unstuck for the Tigers. Out in front of Duckworth. Half forward flank throw in. And the umpire's very hot on holding the ball.
Yes, well, as long as they're consistent, it'll be okay, because the players will soon adapt to it, but consistency is the main thing in umpiring.
Players trying to gauge the wind at Windy Hill. Not much going on there. That's Elshaw getting really caught. It's his first game back after damaged finger. And this is Madden's chip to Salmon. 2 against him. Thompson, the former Bomber who moved across to the Tigers this season, clears it, coming around on familiar ground. And Shane Hurd gets it. Ooh. He knew what he was going to do with that one. Put it straight out.
Yes, we couldn't get much further around, and that's probably just an educated little kick. Experienced player, Shane Hurd.
Madden against Wilson. Egan, oh, good ball control. Beautiful to Thompson, who took his eyes off it and lost it. But he's got support. Plenty of Tigers. Eustace. Good mark from Winton. Better judgment there. And judging the ball's going to be difficult in this breeze. Lead hog on that occasion. Winton, finds Keane in the middle. Good vision. They pick up men, the Tigers, so he has a free passage towards half forward. Off the hands of Duckworth. Behind the pack, Izard. Made no mistake. Ran into the square and brought up the first major of the afternoon. Essendon 7 points. Tigers yet to score.
Just watching it come through the centre there now. Certainly Keane having a good look. Hit the pack, and Izard, typical what Izard, form of last year, raving brilliantly and that scintillating pace. He knew he was 3 or 4 metres clear and didn't mess around, ran right into the edge of the square.
So it's the will-o'-the-wisp Alan Izard who's kicked the first goal for the match, of course, for the Bombers, with blistering pace. Madden with a good thump to Danaher. Can't get it. Here's Egan for the Tigers. Good handball to Eustace. That was Pearl caught with it. McKellar playing well for the Tigers. Kick coming out to Waitman, and look at the wind hold that up. Manton takes a clever mark. Juggled the wind very well there. Thought there maybe that Burton was going to take the handball from Manton. He keeps it low into Jess. Good play. Oh, and Jimmy just made hard work of that, but he got it.
60 metres out from goal. Jess. This ball was dropped straight down. Oh, up too high. Maddenson. Oh, Richmond marked to Wilson, but a free kick has gone the way of Madden. He got a push as well as jumping himself. Off he goes to Walsh, and again plenty of space for the Bombers as they stream down ground. Duckworth in front. Over the head of Bauer. Danaher almost got legged there. Perhaps should have gone down. But he plays the ball. Good work from the skipper. And good persistence there from the Richmond defence. Poole sweating on him. It's a cool afternoon here at Windy Hill, but the Bombers lead by 7 points.
Essendon half forward line. And Merritt takes on Mantle. The boundary line. McKellar for the Tigers. Almost a fresh air shot from the Richmond player.
Been a good start by Richmond. Almost 10 minutes gone, and with this very strong breeze, they just can't afford to let Essendon get away. And if they can just hang on, keep a reasonable score on the board against them at quarter time, they've got a chance.
It's very breezy in this spot where they're playing now. It's very open there. Oh, good play by Hawker. Thompson caught, dragged to the ground well. Danaher's pinned as well by Poole. It's holding the ball, and they're right on that, red hot. He kicked to Poole.
In front, Francis. Roach knocked it away from him. Bauer. Over the top to Wilson. Centre wing. Keeping it low. Third kick for Wilson. Winton's caught. Loses it. Down goes McKellar. In the back.
And holding the man. So Winton. Essendon concentrating their play on the other side, the outer side of the ground, and that seems to be the spot where the wind's favouring. Here's Thompson. Good kick against this wind. Oh, Hamilton misread that completely. Clark's in trouble. 3 Tigers here. Waitman gets it, kicks right across the front of the goal. Rioli. I'm sorry, it was Mitchell. And he's brought up the Tigers' first score, being 1 behind.
Yes, he could have probably finished that move off a lot better, because it was a good snap into the wind by Waitman. He had plenty of time to steady and balance, even though he was kicking into the wind, he should have kicked that, Mitchell.
Into the square goes the kick. It's the fist of Roach. Handball comes out to Hawker. Thompson has to weigh under it. The big catch in the outfield. He didn't flinch. Across the pool. About to be caught, but just got it away in time. Off the hands of Clark. Hurd feeds it through to Winton. Trapped. Egan. Undecided. Around Keane. Oh, brilliant smother there. Coming through was Considine. Keane gets it over. Egan gets it back. Eustace puts it into the pocket. And the throw in as Hogg slides over the boundary with some help from Hamilton. It's about 35 metres around from the Richmond goal. They trail by one straight kick, 6 points.
It's Jimmy Jess using his body well. Difficult work there as Keane tries to butter it out. Essendon's Thompson gets it now. Oh. He's out beautifully. Great roving by Elshaw, and he's come back aimed across to Merritt, and that's good footy. He just ran into the right position and then hands it to Elshaw with a long kick, straight kick, second goal for Essendon. Elshaw kicked it.
Yes, brilliant play by Tony Elshaw, watching coming across the pack here. Good roving. Stay down, nice pass across to Roger Merritt, but very slack running by Richmond to allow Elshaw just to keep on running under no pressure at all. Certainly it's one of his great strengths, running, following down the field, but
he started it and finished it off. Did Elshaw, as a centre square infringement, sees Roach with the free. Winton sweating on Hogg. And again, Hogg over the boundary line. They're on their half-forward flank.
They've got problems going into their forward line because they haven't got the marking pair at the moment. With Madden dropping back, they just haven't got really a focal point into the breeze.
And Michael Roach playing in the ruck for Richmond too. Well, Eustace trying to batter his way out. McKellar gets it and really balloons it, and it'll stay in the boundary line. Madden! Play on. Well, I thought he grabbed it twice, and so did Simon. The umpire had a good view of that.
Would have been worth paying here, I think.
It certainly bounced from his chest, didn't it? Must have bounced a good 6 feet or so.
That was a great mark that wasn't almost.
Yeah. The mark that wasn't. Yeah. See it again. Watch 27.
Oh, should have been paid.
Yeah.
Perhaps he thought there was a Richmond hand in on it after it bounced off, but there wasn't looking on replay. Much easier, of course, in hindsight. As Madden gets front position, beautiful tap down to Clark. Great ruck play, and he finds Walsh. Round Poole wobbles it forward under the chest of Elshaw. He feeds off this time. Duckworth 50 metres out. Deadly finishing from the Bombers.
The Duckworth's first kick.
And the Bombers lead by 18 points after 14 minutes.
Yes, very dangerous. Duckworth playing well. Merritt lining up at centre-half forward. That seems to be very wide open. Obviously the ball's coming down so quickly with the wind. And once again, good running of almost handballing by Elshaw. It wasn't a handball, it was almost just sort of take this. It was so close to him, but the result was there.
Essendon lead 19 points to Richmond's 1. Roach wins the tap. Ball in the middle of the ground as Jess throws himself on it, and a kick going to Essendon's Keane. And a 15-metre penalty going against Mick Thompson for Richmond. Keane into the pocket. Elshaw at the back. Oh! Crikey, he can fly. Thompson gently pirouettes across to Elshaw, going for his second goal, but he's kicked the behind.
So it was Izard that was the flyer, and we've seen him do that on a number of occasions. The opening titles to our footy grandstand and winners, having taken that big one.
Could be a sign of a bit of a confidence coming back, having go at these things. That goal and a couple of runs. It doesn't take much to get players their confidence up, and that's probably a dangerous sign for Richmond. It's also dangerous with Elshaw bobbing around with Izard.
Perhaps did the hard work and then didn't hold it, but Madden did. And that's a dangerous kick in from Clark. Manton's not going to have a shot. The pass for Salmon, but intercepting is Bauer. Brendan Bauer. Oh, a smother and good work from Salmon. He's got space now, Thompson. Again, Elshaw flies, then gathered in by Thompson for Richmond, and that's a good pass to find McKellar. Half-back flank, goes for Egan. Oh, took that a bit easily. Eustace caught well, and Hamilton's tackle sees the ball go over the boundary line. Centre wing.
Elshaw moving into the front position to rove to Madden. He won't get it. Good knock there by Poole for Richmond. Shot out pretty quickly, the Bombers. Tackling's pretty good, I should imagine. And the free kicks have been given freely from the umpires for that holding the ball. Essendon to attack the Merritt. Good scanning there by Thompson. Lovely handball to Izzard. A screw shot down to Salmon, and he had it and lost it. Gee, they're dropping a lot of marks. Bauer had it caught. The Tigers defending strongly, and a missed kick marked by the Bombers. Francis 30 metres from goal, and there's a howling gale, and Essendon are certainly using long kicks with a win. Francis just a slight angle, and he's goal. Essendon's fourth.
Yes, they had a very slow first 10 minutes, but the last, at the 17-minute mark, with 4 goals on the board, they have to keep on going, because they should be looking at 8 or 9 goals with this wind to wind up. See, Jimmy Jess has gone back onto Terry Dano, or vice versa. Jess playing in the forward line, trying to give us some marking power and good kicking power, but they've got problems up there because they just can't pinpoint passing, kicking up into the breeze.
17.5 minutes gone, 25-point lead for the Bombers. Roach for the Tigers, though, wins the tap. Here's Jess. He's lost the ball and still being held. Made it look good too, did the Goat. So he will take the free in the middle. Big group of players at centre-half forward. Oh, you saw Thompson coming in and did it well. Fine smother. Duckworth, front position. Pick up. Good one there from Izzard. Right on him, Sikaski. Throwing midway between wing and half forward for the Bombers. Looks like a Tiger stronghold there. The team 25 points down.
Merritt struggling, was beaten in the ruck then. As Clark just really thumps it out of play, moving towards the Essendon half forward line. Throw in and very, very breezy in the outer side of the ground. Good play, man. Good roving by Essendon's Francis. Walsh a chance with Poole. Neil Clark. Salmon's a chance this time. His height got him into position then to mark that. Again, Simon Clark with the Tigers.
It's been interesting to watch. Michael Thompson's very upset the fact that he had his hands on the ball first. It was probably an even touch of the ball first touch, but this will be the result if you're watching it now. Just on his own about another goal. His first goal for Salmon. Should have been 2.
The second kick, that's right, John. Should have had 2. But his extra height, of course, standing out, and it must be a bit, I suppose, difficult for him to judge the flight of the footy in the wind. Coming pretty quickly.
Yes, it is a very hard task for most big men, over the years in the wind. It's much harder to play in the wind than it is in the wet weather.
4 goals in 9 minutes from the Bombers. Madden down to Hawker. He started it again. Big Simon. Oh, brave there. Lost it though, did Izzard. Duckworth, he never flinched there and almost stole the mark while they were really falling down on him. It's Thompson. Puts Poole under pressure. Back to Thompson he goes. Being pushed backwards by a wall of Bombers, and the handball's a poor one. Off the ground from Manton, and Lucks of Fortune, Morris Rioli. First kick coming up. 15-metre penalty. Doesn't use the boot. Hands it off to Burton. His first kick. Oh, good mark from Danaher.
He switched places with Duckworth. Danaher on the back line, and Duckworth has taken up that half-forward position. Was meant for Walsh, but didn't carry to him. Here's Mitchell again. Oh, the handball's good to Egan. That's lovely football, Tigers. But unfortunately, they're offline. They're second behind.
There's a good running, couple of quick hand passes. Set that up for Phil Egan, but it wasn't to be.
Goals against the Breeze are going to be very valuable this afternoon. Kick from Winton gets to the centre square. Merritt, too long for Hawker. He's got support. Off to Elshaw. Oh, well, he was giving it to Merritt, who was putting the shepherd in for him. Not much communication there. Elshaw's been out for some time. Over the head from Hawker. Manton's pushed in the back and will take the free. I guess, Jeff, that probably was why he just not quite back into the forward thickness yet, Elshaw.
Sure, you're right. He's such a great rover, particularly when it's running for him. Good running there by Jim Jess for Richmond. He really found some yardage. Up to Hogg, who gets a tumble. McKellar a chance, had it knocked away from him by the long arms of Essendon's Hurd. That was good play from Hurd. And he's popping through from behind for the Tigers. That's their third behind.
Winton will look for the centre circle again. He's just made the centre square. Eustace knocks away from Thompson. Then Hawker knocks away from Thompson. Here's Keane. Duckworth has a 2-metre break. Not for long on Bauer, who hung back. Francis got a good bounce. Up for Salmon. Good defence there from Clark. Oh, knock on from Merritt. Good play. Went to a Richmond player who's tackled high. No, penalised. Against Eustace. And really, he didn't have much opportunity there. And Elshaw, right on top of him, has got the free. Sixth possession for Tony Elshaw. Been a good return to the Bomber lineup. Can he cap it off with a goal? No mistake, he's second. The Bombers sixth.
Yes. Watching the tackle now, coming in. A spoil onto Salmon. A good knock on by Roger Merritt. Yes, well, there you see it for yourself. It's certainly probably a hard decision, but the umpires have been paying them all day.
It was Chris Burton, actually, who was very unlucky, I'd suggest.
Yes, I think he conceded defeat there, didn't he? And that one, thinking he's lucky. Out of the centre go the Bombers to Duckworth. He changed directions and stubbed his toe. I thought it was Stubbs. He gets the free kick for a trip. And kicks a long one right into the goal square. Izard will fly. He can't hang on to them at all today. That's about his fourth attempt.
Yes, it was a little lucky because he certainly edged his opponent out, and the umpires, as they are doing, calling play on and letting the play flow.
6-goal lead for the Bombers, and again a poor kick in from Clark. Gives Walsh a chance. He keeps it low for Salmon. Clark gets a hand to it. Oh, caught. Good tackle from Izard, and it's taken over by Sikorsky. Bauer just dwelling a little bit, and you can't afford to do it for a split second.
Michael Roach at the back, but Salmon was a ruckman, and Izard scouting well, and at 8-ball there as Brendan Bauer slips the ball across the line. About all he could do there in a difficult situation to force another throw-in.
Clark against Salmon. Full forward against full back, doing the ruck work. Sikorsky puts it over, so the big men will do it all again. About 15 metres around from the Dons' goal, into time on. And a 6-goal lead, that's what you'd expect, I think, with this Breeze. Salmon wins it. Eustace. Poole against Walsh. Poole wins with the fist. They've got it around about 35 metres, the Tigers' defence, and there's a free kick being pushed out. It's been from the back, I think. Tigers have it through Poole. Seen over the line by Johnston. So midway between wing and half forward for the Bombers.
There's quite a few. There's an army of players around this throne, as you can see, and John Mountain gets a push slap dab in the back and will pick up the free kick on the centre. The Tigers need a goal pretty quickly. They've managed 3 behind so far. The Dons have got 6 goals up. Oh, got a champ there. A long, big mark by Terry. Essendon's most consistent player this season. Great skipper's effort from him, and matches when they've been playing shocking footy. And he boots it to Walsh. Ooh, Manton flies over the top, thumps it away. It's Thompson for Richmond. Keane for Essendon is caught strongly. Didn't play it then. It's Francis and Hawker. Elshaw again. Little chip shot, no one there. Yes, it is. It's Mitchell.
There's a couple of good tackles there that previously had brought free kicks for holding the ball. We just called played on. That's some of the inconsistencies that worries you.
Thompson gets it across to Considine. Clark has to stand and deliver. Salmon, front position. Swamped by 2 Tigers. On hands and knees, Manton gets one in the back. Snap. No mistake. Tony Elshaw's third. From 8 possessions, Elshaw has been deadly.
It's looking very dangerous. Neil Clark has been going everywhere with Dale Waitman, and Waitman obviously has to really fight to bring Richmond back in it. Whereas on the other hand, Izzard and Elshaw are looking very dangerous.
27-minute mark, first quarter, and Essendon lead 45-3. They have a half a gale to kick with in this first quarter as Hamilton's caught and taps it out. Good play by Egan. And a beautiful pass up forward. Wilson had it. Bad luck for him. He was in brilliant position, but a long way from goal. But the throw-in will be in their forward line, and the Tigers must get a goal quickly. Kicking against a very stiff breeze in this first quarter. They've only got 3 behinds up so far to the Bombers. 7-3. Clark to Walsh and Trevor Poole. Poole slips in front, nearly takes off the mark.
Play on, the umpire's calling. Roach battling off the ground from Hawker. Came to Winton, he got it to Francis. Had to meet at Manton. Oh, bounces off 2 tackles there, Big Roger. Hawker out to Clark and Francis. Salmon, front position again on Clark. No one's touched it yet. Salmon chaps it nicely. Here's a chance. Izzard. The hook too late. The crowd went wild seeing it hook, but it was over the goal line, or the line between the goal and the behind when it did hook. So the difference now 43 points. We've played 28.5 minutes into the first quarter.
So Bauer kicks the footy in for Richmond. Egan, a small player, but maddening, superb touch since he missed the first half dozen games or so, and he's won himself a Guernsey for the state squad when they play WA Origin next week. Well, the week after, in fact. And it's Rioli showing some poise here as he kicks the ball up towards Mitchell. And Mitchell has the running position. Gathered pace well. Swerves out of trouble. Bad luck, Tigers. The siren's gone.
A big first quarter by Essendon for a 43-point lead. But Richmond's turn to use the wind in a moment. Andy Hill, Essendon leading by 43 points.
Shown us anything at quarter time. He's shown us that the Tigers are revved up. He's had a bit of a go at one of our cameramen. Let's see if his team follows suit out there. They're going from right to left with the breeze, and it's Eustace who will get them forward. Wilson stopped on it nicely, looking for the push. It didn't come. Just forward of the centre are the Tigers, and they trail by 7 goals 1. But they have that 6-goal breeze now at their backs.
Good judgment by Madden, but couldn't get it to Rover and Clark. ground's pretty good, really. A couple of patches which are a little puddeny, but they're up in front of the Reynolds stands. It's quite good there. Oh, well done, Matt. The Bombers kicking through Hawker into the breeze in the second quarter. And Duckworth versus Bauer. Oh, that was more luck than judgment. And Merritt on the angle to Salmon. A beautiful slips catch. Alan Borders might would have been proud of Paul Salmon the way he took that one. Getting a bit of treatment down there. I suppose, look at that. Great grab. Just held it in one hand, John. The finish.
Yes, it must be frustrating when you're playing on Paul Salmon, who's in good form. He's only kicked one goal so far, but certainly a big bag of goals in Western Australia last week. He must have his tail up and plenty of confidence.
Yep, well, he's kicked one so far. He had two kicks and missed with the first, struck home with the second, and he's got a very tricky breeze to kick into in that gap between the two stands at the Napier Street end. And he judged it to a nicety. Well, a beauty.
Yes, I'm sure that Tony Jules wouldn't like to see the first score go on the board at that end of the ground, because kicking against a 7-goal deficit, you really have to get started very quickly early in the quarter. So you've got Michael Roach in the ruck, competing directly against Simon Madden, and their forward line, their lack of forwards is their problem. It's wondering whether Roach should be put into the forward line for some markability.
He's beaten in the ruck by Madden, comes off Egan. Clark hands off to Thompson. Up on the wing of the Bombers, Walsh kicked it off the ground, it went to Keane, things running for the Red and Blacks, and Keane's running it right up into the forward line. Great play into the wind, and not a bad kick. Oh, what a goal! Oh, you won't beat that one today. A brilliant solo performance from Gavin Keane, and as Sheedy has said, a player of the future.
Yes, right from centre wing, watching from Thompson along the ground, kicking off the ground. Brilliant running, took possession there. Centre wing, keeping in mind that he's running into the face of a stiff breeze where he kicked from. Good, brilliant shepherding by Salmon. This stage, probably the goal of the match, as Peter G called.
Oh, fantastic from young Gavin Keane. His 12th game, his first year. But Palm puts the Tigers into attack. Down the hole. It's his first kick from Palm. Whoops, that was Johnson from Essendon in a bit of trouble there. McKellar goes over. Wilson trying hard for the Tigers. Rioli, can he kick a goal? Hooray, it is. Well done, Tigers. And they answered Essendon's goal pretty quickly. It's their first for the match. His 4th possession. So 2 goals in 5 minutes in this second quarter. 1 to each club.
Yes, a good tackle there. Scrambling play, but coming out to Rioli. Watching him with 27 on the edge. There's one step, good snap. Magnificent skills, Morris Rioli. It's just bad luck that Richmond can't get him into the flow of game more often.
Madden wins it, knock on from Egan. Wilson trying to fend off a tackle. Should have been penalised, he has been. Clark has it in the middle. Wilson's over the mark as well. Egan, oh, through the fingers. Sikorsky backing him up, good defence. Palm wouldn't come up for it. Comes up nicely for Izzard. Mark taken by Sikorsky. First mark of the day. Peter Sikorsky doesn't use the kick, feeds off to Manton. Wobbles it up towards half forward. Oh, down after it went through his fingers. Play on's the call. Johnston is up, he looks okay. Too early was the flea, and the free kick goes to Clark. Advantage now called as Hawker sets away. Out for Salmon. Oh, there's not the target in Big Roger, but it doesn't matter. 6th possession for Merritt. Kicking into the teeth of a gale from 40 metres. The crowd very vocal. Salmon and Clark standing toe-to-toe. Umpire McDonald just comes in to separate them. Back with the ball is Merritt. Salmon's now broken away from Clark to lead, but he's got his mind set on kicking it himself, Roger. He got the distance okay, a bit of a lull in the breeze. And he put it well out to right, thinking that the gale would go through the gap and pick it up, but it didn't. But it's made the difference exactly 50 points.
Now Clark looking for Madden, I believe, at this stage. Change his mind. We go for a little chip shot out to Wilson, and Wilson's tagged by Izzard, and it's another penalty for holding the ball. And there has been some inconsistencies by the umpire with this decision. Wilson's fired up. They gave them willingly in the first minutes of the game, holding the ball, but and another one out.
And Bailey's come on for Terry Danaher while Izzard shoots. Oh, from the boundary line, he's threaded it.
Well, at that stage it was 10 goals to 1. At the end it was 21 to 12. So, as you can see, thereafter it was 11 goals apiece. And really Essendon wrapped it up within a quarter and 10 minutes of the second term, winning by 54 points. Richmond salvaging something with a 6-goal-to-3 last quarter. But the Bombers certainly resurgent, and Hawthorn, Carlton, Swans starting to feel the hot breath of the Dons on the back of their neck. 9 goals to Salmon for 20 in 2 matches, 4 to Elshaw, 3 to Izzard for the winners, and for Richmond with a one-handed stretch.
Hands it off to Burton, his first kick. Oh, good mark from Danaher.
He switched places with Duckworth. Danaher on the back line.
Greg Richardson.
Brian Winton, an attacking mark in defence.
The Marrickville Mauler. There's Rioli driving it forward for Winton. Big grab from the fullback. Well for Walsh.
Simon Madden, a classical Simon Madden leap.
Oh, Madden! Looks like he is up a mile too early.
A goal sneak.
Chest of Elshaw, he feeds off this time. Duckworth 50 metres out. Deadly finishing from the Bombers.
Oh, again he ducks up.
Jeff Hock, the best of 9 today, 20 in the last 2 matches.
Salmon again. He's out for there and he breaks away and kicks for goal. Oh, what a great kick. That's one of his best.
But the best goal on Federal Election Day, running hot like the Bombers, Gavin Keane.
Hands off to Thompson. On the wing of the Bombers, Walsh kicked it off the ground, it went to Keane, things running for the Red and Blacks, and Keane's running it right up into the forward line. Great play into the wind, and not a bad kick. Oh, what a goal! Oh, you won't beat that one today.